then I listened back to the interview that you did with Ben Shapiro during that time frame. I think you did an interview with him, and Shapiro couldn't handle the fact that you said that truckers shouldn't be fired in favor of automated trucking or something like that, and that I think that Jeremy Boring mentioned that later on too. But anyways, all that is to say, a lot of the ideas that you were talking about, you can find them in G.K. Chesterton and C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien, who are hardcore conservatives and not full-on capitalists. That's not the equivocation right now, is that to be a conservative is to be a capitalist, full on ungoverned capitalist. And I don't know, one, do you see, is that an accurate picture or what?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even sure what capitalism means. We don't live in a structure that bears any resemblance to the free market capitalism I was promised. It's a cluster of monopolies with government contracts. It's leeching off taxpayers or off future taxpayers through debt. So it's not free market capitalism, but whatever, it doesn't matter what you call it. This is not a religion. It's an economic system. And what's its point? Its point is not to make Ben Shapiro richer. By the way, Ben Shapiro got into Harvard somehow. A world in which Ben Shapiro, who's not that bright, obviously, gets into Harvard, you just know that the system's not working. The whole promise is meritocracy. It's not meritocracy when Ben Shapiro gets into Harvard, okay, period. It's something else. So, but that's also true for our economic system. It's if the result of the economic system is to make the most aggressive, most dishonest people the richest, why would you want that? I don't understand, because there's some magic that you're serving, the invisible hand or something.
I mean, the most richest people in the world, who do you think they serve? Who do you think they serve? Would you say they serve for Heavenly Father Yahweh? Or would you say they serve the devil? Which one? So really, the question doesn't have its place over here, okay?
It's not even true, but let's just say it was true. It just doesn't make any sense. And he knows it. I mean, Ben's not bright, but he's not that stupid. And he knows that the point of this is not to hew to some principle of free market economics. The point is to enrich Ben Shapiro and the people who he liked. And but I don't have to go along with that. And you can compare me to Hugo Chavez all you want, or say I'm a communist or whatever. I just don't care anymore. Just I don't care about any of these. You're an anti-Semite. No, I'm not. You're a left-winger. No, I'm not. I don't care. I just want outcomes that preserve human decency and that keep a really good system, which long precedes Ben Shapiro or his family's arrival here, long precedes by hundreds of years, that keeps that intact. That's all I want. And I don't think that's too much to ask. And I don't know why I'd ever want to take lectures from, by the way, Ben Shapiro, who's Mr. Capitalist guy, couldn't even keep his own company afloat. Capitalist.
Right. Right. No, well, and it's also because they lied to the people who were paying for subscription. I paid for a Daily Wire subscription for years, and as time went on, they made some of the worst movies in the history of movies. I've never seen worse movies. You've probably never watched them, and you shouldn't, but they were bad. And they just kept throwing money into that. But and he just lied to everybody about what was happening behind the scenes there.
And that's the guy we're getting a lecture about capitalism from?
Man, that's one thing about subscriptions, bro. Bro, you can't, especially with people now. The situation with Candace, and then people stop watching Ben's videos. People unsubscribing from the channel and from whatever he got setting out there. It's because you've been lying to people for years. And now the situation with Candace just added something on top of it, and then everything just collapses. That's what it is, man. You're not, how can I say, you're not earning that money the right way. You're not earning the money the right way. Just like Candace say, you've been lying to people, so you getting broke. Okay, you're going broke. I would say you're going broke. You cannot make money, therefore you have to steal it. Okay, that's what it is. That's why I gotta swear by the guy. I'm suing this, I'm suing that person. I gotta start the stock market, and I gotta make more money. So you know what I'm saying? People at the top, they make fat checks, and people that are investing into the stocks, they're losing the money. You know what I'm saying? Ben cannot survive this. I mean, maybe.
Right.
who tanked his own company?
Yeah.
I mean, am I going to take real estate advice from the homeless? I mean, what are you even talking about?
Crazy.
Right.
Why?
Hey, that's crazy. What? Okay, let's play it again. That's insane.
Guy we're getting a lecture about capitalism from,
Right.
who tanked his own company?
Yeah.
I mean, am I going to take real estate advice from the homeless? I mean, what are you even talking about?
That's
Quiet,
insane.
adults are talking. I mean,
Right.
I don't know. I hate to even mention Ben Shapiro because it's like such a straw man. Like, who cares
Yeah.
what that guy thinks? It was just not relevant to anything. But he is a kind of stand-in for a whole class of people who won't even defend the system they're benefiting from, will instead attack anybody who questions it, which is always the tell. Like, if you were to come to me and say, hey, your views are kind of crazy, why do you have those crazy views? I would say, I probably admit some of them are maybe a little crazy, but I have reasons for holding them, and here's what they are. I wouldn't immediately turn and say you're a racist. I wouldn't attack you for asking me. Like, I would try to make an affirmative defense of what I believe, but they never will, whether it's on Iran or any of these topics. And that tells me that, like, this is not, that is our ruling class. That is who runs the country. They make the decisions. We got a regime change war in Iran, not because the public wanted it, but because they wanted it. We tax working for a living, getting paid a salary, which most people, including me, that's all that's available to them. We tax it at twice the rate we do investing. What? We tax labor at twice the rate of capital. Like, who thought that up? That's so obviously immoral and sick. But no one even questions it because that's the preference of the people who run the country. So my whole job is not to, I can't change anything. I have no power, obviously, but is to try to encourage people to ascend to a height high enough that they see the system for what it really is, rather than just seeing it through the lens of all these propaganda terms, like capitalism. Okay.
So I think I agree with like everything you're saying. The question is, like, one, how long does this last? So, can this turn around? I maybe am more cynical just because I'm young and I grew up in this, and I'm seeing like the effects of this. I'm like a white guy in the most liberal place ever. It's hard to get a job. It's hard to get people to take you seriously. And I barely graduated high school because I just wouldn't want to listen to the liberal lectures every single day. And I didn't want to ask to go to the bathroom at 18 years old, but I just did. But like, where does this go? Because we've killed millions of babies. Like, I think we're the most immoral country in the history of the world. And I think that's statistically true. You mentioned you're going to start a new political party. Is that in the aim of that to like turn this thing around, or to like slow down the inevitable downfall of the country, or what's the goal there?
I mean, I just want to be clear. First of all, I can't start any party. I don't think I could organize a dinner party. Those are not my skills at all. But what I said, or certainly what I meant to say, was I'll do whatever I can.
Okay.
Make that possible. I'll support it. I'll argue for it. I'll explain why we need it, because people should just have an option. I mean, the core promise is that the people in the country, they clearly don't.
Look, the thing is, like, you cannot change it. You cannot change it. You cannot make this country better for the people. You cannot. The goal is to keep you, how can I say this, as poor as possible, okay? Because the poorer you are, the better, the easier you are being controlled. It's that way, man. Nobody is going to change this for the better. So when you go out there, you want to vote, quote unquote, okay? You want to vote for a politician that's telling you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to change your life, I'm going to do this. No, he's not going to do anything, bro. He's not going to do a thing. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I see people out there, you know what I'm saying, chanting and making all these noises and calling up on the name of whatever politician is out there that's making noise, and then they're like, oh, he's going to change this, he's going to make this better. He's not going to make anything better, dude. None of these guys do what they want. Nobody listen to this, man. Every time I say this, nobody listen. Nobody will get into the White House or the Capitol or whatever you call it and do whatever they want. Nobody. Okay, there's a system that's in place and nobody can change it. So when I see people going to war and then doing this and that, people say, oh, it's Donald Trump. Bro, it is a country, dude. Stop trying to make it seem like Trump is the one that is the one that controls the country. No, dude. No. Trump is the face of the country. Trump is the face of the country, and now there are people behind him that make the decisions. Okay? That make the decisions, and then they bring it to him, and then he just finalize it. He just goes with it. Okay? He just goes with it. So really, when I hear like he's talking, you cannot change anything. Okay? The system, like, look at this. Going back, do you think, anybody out there, do you think things has gotten better? Anybody out there? If you can answer this question, answer it. Go back 10 years. Do you think things are harder, more expensive today or back then 10 years ago? Simple questions. Simple question. Simple question. Do you think things are better today compared to back then? Do you think you can easily go to the gas station and fill up your tank compared to back then? If you can answer that, then you got it. Do you think you can go to Ralph's? Okay? Whatever is Ralph's, every grocery store or whatever, Trader Joe's, call it, name it, you go there. Do you think it is easier for you to go there and fill up your bags or your cart? Okay? Do you think you can go there and do it? Easier compared to then. If you can answer that, then you get your answer. You get what I'm saying? That's it. That's it, man. The system is not going to change to make you feel better or to make you better or in any way possible. Okay? That's just it.
And one of the ways you know they don't, it became very clear after February 28th, is because both parties agree on the big issues.
Of course.
And they pick other issues and highlight their disagreement to hide from the public that on foreign policy and economics, they're in lockstep. So that's not a choice. You need an option. And they use the media to do it. I know because I've been part of it, for 35 years. So I've definitely seen that up close. I have a PhD in that subject. So they use the media to maintain their hold on power.
Yes.
There's not an antagonistic relationship between the media and the people who run the country. There's a symbiotic relationship, obviously.
So that was clear in the Thomas Massey election. I feel like that was a prime example.
Thomas Massey was like the most moderate, decent, reasonable person in the country.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro. What is the title of this video? The title of the day. He tried to lecture us on money when he tanked his own company. That is Ben Shapiro he talking about. And the picture, the thumbnail says hypocrite. What do you guys think about this video, man? Shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to all you guys. Okay? More videos on the way. Stay tuned. We're moving on. Yes, sir. Thank you for watching.
The devil said God of this world. The devil said God of this world. For one does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul. You can have the money, cars and girls, and that will keep my soul.